Hey guys, Ben from Blue Ladder here today, and I want to talk to you about what goes into making a successful postcard or door hanger campaign. And so there's a few different elements that go in, whether you're doing door hangers like I'm doing right now, or whether you're going to be doing EDDM, Every Door Direct Mail campaign, or direct mail based off of a list of contacts that you have. Whatever the case is, similar principles still apply. So number one, you want to be really clear with your service. I know a lot of times it looks interesting to do something where you have a picture of a house with everything that you offer, every service that you offer on that house. But the problem with that is it's just too busy. People get a little overwhelmed with how much information you're putting in front of them. And they say, oh, I don't want to deal with all this. They're going to try to make me take care of everything. It's going to cost an arm and a leg. And so when they see the door hanger or they see whatever postcard you send them, this is a little bit overwhelming. You want to be really, really clear. And so I like to pick one particular service that I'm trying to feature in a particular season or in a given month. And I will have a specific deal, and you can use the same deal multiple times for multiple campaigns. It's fine. You can do $50 off any window cleaning job. You can do, pay for window cleaning, get a half off on your gutter cleaning. You can do a free driveway cleaning with a house wash plus exterior window cleaning. You can do all kinds of stuff. Your imagination is the only limitation. There's no rules to the game. It's just do what works to get people to call and then make sure that you're staying profitable. With that said, on this door hanger, it says window cleaning, really big, professional exterior cleaning services. So I'm doing one thing. The picture is there to drive attention so they look at the headline. The headline is there to make sure that they read the rest of it. The rest of it is there so that they call you. Each line has to have a very intentional purpose to go to the next line. Because if you lose them at any part of this whole thing, then you lose the potential of getting an actual lead. And if you don't have the lead, you can't follow up, you're done. There's no relationship being built there. So each line is very crucial to get to the next line. What's the bottom line? Call us. Call to action is what it's called. And you can have multiple call to actions. It's nice to have, like here I have my phone number and the actual URL at the bottom of it for my main website. But then on the QR code, I have it linked to a trackable link so I can see if somebody scans that QR code to try to redeem the coupon, I'm going to know exactly where they found me. I'm going to know exactly what link they scanned. And so I don't have the same QR code on all of my stuff. You can get really nuanced. I kind of stick with one QR code per media as far as print versus something on a sign versus, you get the idea. The more nuance you get, the more specific you can get, the more accurately you can track results and see what's working best and double down on what works. So again, one service is very clear. And then I make sure you have some type of like a guarantee badge. So for window cleaning, I like to put 10-day weather guarantee, or for gutter cleaning, I like to put 60-day cog-free guarantee. For any other service, you can always put satisfaction guarantee or something that's going to build their trust. It also helps if you have something that says 5-star reviews on Google. I've played around with having a QR code that goes straight to that. You're just more likely to have them actually call you after they scan and see your reviews. So I've played around with it. I haven't really seen a significant difference. I like being able to see specifically if the customer booked on my website. And so it makes it a little bit easier to have a QR code going directly to a landing page. And that's another thing. You can get really geeky with the specific offer that you're having available. You can have a landing page just specifically connected with the literature that you're creating. And so then if you have a special or a deal or a sale or something that you're promoting that's very seasonal, it creates an urgency. That's why it's really helpful. It makes them say, oh, I need to get this done while this deal is still available. And you don't have to give cash off. You can just give them a freebie. People like free. Don't do a discount as in like a percentage discount. I highly recommend, particularly I'm talking about residential, right? So with residential customers, cash speaks a lot more than percentages. Something free is even better. So if you can find a way to work on, like you get this for free, that's probably the best type of deal to offer for residential people. The next best would be $50 off. But remember, when it's a dollar amount, they just, in their minds, they think, oh, you're going to charge me extra so that you can give me a discount. So I'm not really winning in the end. I'll find out what the price is, but I don't really care about the deal. So that's something you have to consider. I am currently, this offer right here has been working for me. It's hard to read that, huh? But it's a spring special, $50 off any 2 services and limited time offer, call today. So I've experimented a little bit with different urgency markers. So this one, limited offer, call today, just trying to get them to think I need to call right now. And so it's a little less direct, a little less forthright, like there's not a clear expiration. And the reason I did that was these door hangers, I wanted to order one big batch of door hangers and put them all spring long. I've also done expires in 10 days or valid for 2 weeks or valid for 7 days only. You can play around with it. Those are the things that you can test in the future. So this is the first time I've ever done this. It seems to be working. I've been getting a lot of calls from this. I'm getting probably a little over, probably 3/4 of a response for first time that I've been hanging them out, which is pretty good. I usually estimate with like a 0.5% response. And a lot of the people who are getting this are actually booking. So it's working. The other thing I have here, this spring special, $50 off of any 2 services. Remember what I said before about having one service featured? Well, that $50 off of any 2 services lets them know, one, that I offer other services. It starts to spark their curiosity. So then when they go to my website or when they set something up, when they go to get a quote, they're thinking, okay, what else does this company provide? I want to get $50 off. I kind of want to see if there's going to be a good deal. So they find out, I can get gutter cleaning for $170, $50 off. That makes it $120. That sounds like a really good deal. That's like 30% off. And so it makes them more likely to pick multiple services. And that's been effective for me. So again, in a nutshell, you want to be really clear with your service that you're offering. You want to have a very clear call to action, directions for where do you contact us to get a quote, basically, whether it's on the website or a phone call. And then you want to be really clear with that deal that you have and when it expires, or essentially create urgency and offer some type of promotion. If you don't like offering discounts, that's fine. You don't have to offer a discount. You can offer a free service. If you already include screen cleaning with your window cleaning, just say free screen cleaning with every exterior window cleaning booked within X amount of time. And so just find something that you already do that gives you a competitive advantage over the other guys and say that's included for free with this promotion. Just make it look like a coupon so they think that they're getting a deal, because really they need to compare apples to apples here anyways. And so if Joe Schmo down the road isn't going to open the windows to clean the tracks, or he's not going to clean the screens, you call that out. You say, look, I'm including this for free if you book with me right now. Doesn't matter if you'd book it. If you'd give them the same deal in a month, that's fine. You don't have to say that you won't ever do it again, but you just say this offer might expire, or this offer is good until such and such a date. It creates urgency. You can always create that offer again the next week. It doesn't matter. It's just a matter of getting them to call you right now to get a quote and to get scheduled. So that's the first section of this video, is knowing what kind of a postcard works. Now, it doesn't have to be fancy. It needs to have those core elements very clearly exposed, though. This is a poorly designed flyer that I did myself. And I designed it fairly poorly on purpose. As far as like decorative elements, little logo just for the kick of it, really clear picture. And by the way, pictures, you want to show the service so that they know what they're getting into. Just like you put window cleaning in really big bold letters, or pressure washing in really big bold letters, or gutter cleaning in really big bold letters, you're going to want to have a picture that shows the same thing so they have like a cohesive view of things. If you have a picture of a house, I've done just a plain picture of a house that looks really clean, similar to the ones I clean, and that works okay. But a picture of you cleaning a house is way better than a picture of a house that you cleaned. Either that or a before and after picture. That would equally be good. Even better if you have a little bit of both. So if I maybe had a before, like if I was doing pressure washing, those are better before and afters. Window cleaning, you don't really get good before and after pictures as often, but it's possible. You can get some that look great. Or you could have a picture of something that just says clean me on it. Like it looks really filthy and be like, hey, is this your window? And that will catch their eyes. So you're just remembering that you need to enter into the conversation that they're already having in their head, and you're interrupting it. So the more you can kind of segue their thoughts to get to you and to focus on you and realize, oh, dirty windows. I have dirty windows. I need to get that cleaned. I should do it myself. But wait, they'll do it for cheaper. So the next part is frequency. Hit every door 3 to 4 times minimum. 3 times is the bar, like the very minimum. 4 times is best. And you can hit them a week apart, or you can hit them a month apart. Stretch it out more than that, and you lose a little bit of the familiarity. You just kind of want to bombard them. So it's better to hit 1,000 doors 4 times each than to hit 4,000 doors 1 time each. Even better than hitting 5,000 doors 1 time each. So frequency is the big secret here. If you hit it once, you're not going to have a great return. I mean, you might have a return. You might be profitable, But if you hit it twice, it'll be better. If you hit it 3 times, that's when you start making money. 4 times, you're taking home dessert on top of the dinner. So frequency is how you win the battle. And then keep in mind with any type of marketing, you're not just wanting to calculate based off of a one transaction. So maybe you have a minimum of $150 or $200. You will have a harder time piloting the first couple postcard mailings if you're spending, $3-4 grand to get out like 7,000-8,000 postcards, 10,000 maybe. But with that said, the lower your ticket is that you're calculating on, the lower your budget should be. But if you're looking at not just a one-time deal, but you're looking at the lifetime value of the customer, or at least what you can get from them over the next 12 months, instead of just having their outside, you want to get them to do outside windows plus gutters plus other things. You want to upsell. You want to push more things in front of them where you're not pressuring them, but you're letting them know, hey, we can help you in these other ways. And then on top of that, you don't just want to clean their windows one time. If it's outside windows and that's all they do, that's cool. But maybe they could do it quarterly or at least every 6 months. You want to really make sure they know they can use you for other things and do it more frequently. Plus, on top of that, are you asking them for referrals? Are you telling them, hey, referrals are what keep us in business? This is the easiest way for us to grow our reputation. If you're happy, then we want you to be able to tell your friends. Jobber makes that really easy. I love Jobber because Jobber has a referral program in it. Every month, I'm sending out a new campaign with a referral program where they get cash credited to them through the Jobber system. It tracks it for me. So then the next time I go to clean their windows or pressure wash their driveway, those credits add up and they get to apply them to their next service. You know that they're going to do more services than just that one. And they might do more services over the course of the next year. Well, each one of those things adds more value to that individual customer. So now if you're looking at getting $1,000 for a customer rather than $200 for a customer, well, you'll spend a lot more for that lead, won't you? So it changes the way that you think about things. On top of that, as you develop going forward in the future, I know a lot of us have heard a lot about private equity investors, or there's these companies that are coming and buying up a bunch of different services and then putting them together. And then they have like this huge entity with really deep pockets and they're valuing each customer, their lifetime value. We'll spend $500 to get one customer if we're going to get $5 grand. That's why Google ads get so expensive. That's why Facebook ads get so expensive. But with postcards, we have a constant rate for the price of the postcards. It goes up every so often with inflation and everything, but it's pretty constant. It's very easy to calculate. And so that's why it's such a major hack for home service businesses. You know the price to get a new customer, but private equity, they're willing to take a company and spend based on the lifetime value of a customer. So we can look a little bit further in advance. So even if you spent $4 grand on a marketing campaign and only got 5 customers, well, this year, maybe you can get $1,000 from them each. And so you're a little bit profitable, but you still have to pay for the labor. So you're not profitable if you're hiring people. And so that would hurt. But if you look at the long term, but by the way, you're going to get a lot more than 5 customers if you do what I just broke down. So that's just an idea, just setting a precedent. But if you look at their lifetime value, I've got customers where in the past 5 years, I've gotten over 10 grand. And so these things add up, they snowball. And so if I knew I was going to spend, a couple grand on some postcards and to mail them out, well, it doesn't hurt if I know I might get 10 customers and those 10 customers might be worth an average of $5,000 to $8,000 over the next 5 years. Now those customers are very valuable. That's looking at $25,000 to $40,000 right there. What's $2,000? That's a good ROI, even if I'm having to pay heavy labor costs. So think about the long term. It helps you get through the short term. When you have your eye on the prize, then a little bump, a little bad campaign, because sometimes the thing with these things are, if you hit it on a rainy day, people don't call right away. They'll hold on to it. So don't get me wrong. But at first it hurts. I've done it before. Drop off postcards at the post office. You think it's going to be clear, but then the day that they get dropped off, it's raining and nobody calls you. And then you're tracking it and you're watching it and you're just waiting for somebody to call because you need work and it doesn't come. And it feels like that was a dud. The good news is they do hang on to these. It's not going to be as good of a response as it otherwise would have been if it got on a sunny day, but eventually they'll call you back. I've had people hold on to these things for 2 years, honestly. And then they call me back and want like $1,500 in services all at once. It's like, oh yeah, we got to this a long time ago. I wanted to hold on to it. Can you still do the coupon? Of course. So guys, do your diligence. Make sure you're doing your research. If you're going to invest in direct marketing, every little detail can make the difference of, 0.5% to 1.5%. A really good deal Make sure you have a really good, not like a fancy design, but a design that has all of the important elements. I'm not like an industry expert on postcards or direct mail or door hangers. So watching me, a couple clips is, helpful. It gets you pointed in the right direction. But look for channels, YouTube channels or podcasts where they talk a lot more about direct marketing. Listen to guys like Dan Kennedy and Donald Miller. There's a lot of audiobooks that they've written and books that you can read. And then there's podcasts interviewing people like them. And they talk a lot about direct response marketing. And direct response marketing is what we're doing here. So study up and learn what you can. That's a lifetime skill that you'll have in the bag no matter what you do. Even if you fizzle out with window cleaning or some other venture you start in the future, maybe you want to get a job or you get bought out by somebody else. Private equity comes and offers you $1 million and you say, okay, I'll work for you and I want to be in charge of the marketing. Well, you got that tool in your arsenal now. So we're really marketing businesses that offer a service of window cleaning and good customer service. So keep that in mind. And guys, if you have any other questions, go ahead and drop them below. Always love to help whenever I can. Getting really busy in the spring season. Before I go, if you haven't already signed up for Jobber, maybe you have a CRM, maybe you don't, but maybe you're looking for one that will track your customers, help you send invoices in a more efficient manner, and keep track of your customers. Keep in touch with them, keep emailing them. I use Jobber. I love Jobber. I'm a brand ambassador for Jobber because I love them so much. And they were kind enough to let me jump on their bandwagon. Highly recommend Jobber. They're doing so much with AI. They're upgrading every day. So if you don't already have a CRM or you want to try out a new one, try out Jobber. I have a link in my description. There's a lot of good things I could say about it, but I'll save that for another video. I'll see you guys soon in the next one.